Hey, what's going on, guys? In this video we are going to see some examples on partial derivative. Let's look at the first question. Here we have f of xy is equal to 3x minus 2y power 4, and if I take the partial derivative with respect to x, we treat y as a constant, and if you take the derivative of this one, this is going to be 3, and if you treat this one as a constant, and if you take the derivative of any constant, that's going to be 0. So we just get 3 when we take a partial derivative with respect to x. And if we take partial derivative with respect to y, we treat x as a constant, so this is going to be 0, right? And here if we take derivative of this one, that's going to be 4 times 2, negative 8 y cube. Okay, so this is for the first one. Now let's look at the second one. Here we have 3 variables, and let's go start with the x respect to x. If I take the partial derivative with respect to x, we treat y and z as a constant. So this is going to be just derivative of x is going to be 1. 1 multiply these two is going to be y square z square, and in the other side we don't have any x, so this is just a constant, so this is going to be 0. And if I take partial derivative with respect to y, this is going to be 2y, and these two are constants, so that's going to be remaining the same, so this is going to be just x times z cube. And in the other side we have 1y, that's going to become 1, and we have 3z remaining, so this is going to be 2y x z cube 3z. And if I take partial derivative with respect to z, this is going to be 3z square, and these two are constants, so that's going to remain the same, xy square. And in the other side we have 1z, so that's going to become 1, so this is going to become 3y. Okay, so this is partial derivative with respect to z. Now let's look at this one. Okay. In this one, if I take partial derivative with respect to r, and you can see we have r right here, also we have r in the other side, right? So here we have to do the product rule. In product rule, what we do is we take the derivative of this one first and keep the other one as it is, and then we add the other one and keep this one as it is and find the derivative of this one. So here if I take the derivative of this one, this is going to be 1 multiplied by ln r square plus s square plus r time the derivative of this one is going to be, derivative of ln is going to be 1 over r square plus s square, and then we have to do the chain rule right here. So the chain rule is inside derivative, and since we are doing the derivative with respect to r, this is going to become 2r, so we multiply this one by 2r. But if I take the derivative of constant, we treat s as a constant when we do the derivative with respect to r, so this is going to be 0, so we just multiply this one by 2r. And if you want to write this one in better way, you can write it as ln r square plus s square plus 2r square divided by r square plus s square. Okay, now if you find the derivative with respect to s, this is a number, right? So we treat r as a constant, so if it's a number, we just keep it as it is, and we find the derivative of this one, that's going to be 1 over r square plus s square, and the chain rule, in this case r is going to be constant, so that's going to be 0, s square is going to become 2s, so we just multiply this one by 2s, and finally we get 2sr divided by r square plus s square. And that's how we do the partial derivative for this kind of questions. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.